As businesses slowly open back up, people who have been working exclusively at home are having to relearn some office basics. For instance, bathrobes are not considered professional attire. Go figure. So here's a term you're likely to hear more often: reboarding.
We were all familiar with onboarding, but reboarding is a new process that we've really starting to experience because employees are coming back to work.
We're running down the basics of reboarding with TTI Success Insights President Rick Bowers. For starters, you hired him, you trained him, and you think you know him, but your employees and coworkers have changed. The global pandemic's a big deal, and
these significant emotional events can change people's perspectives. So people are different now compared to where they were when they left back in March.
So you've got to get to know them all over again.
Because our people's mindset and mentality and work ethic and how hard they want to work, do they still want to put 80 hours in, or are they more of probably be satisfied with part-time?
It's not just attitudes. Some people's circumstances have changed too, such as parents who have to homeschool kids. Next, if you're planning to bring people back, know who's who.
Understand how much do people need to be in the office versus are they more productive at home?
Some people thrive with freedom. Others need more structure and social support. But a reopened office doesn't have to be an all or nothing proposition.
Partial in, partial out is working and can be helpful in total productivity of the organization.
As people change, their work needs to change along with them, or else
if you're forcing the issue, you're going to have less productive employees, less engaged employees, and that may mean they're looking for work elsewhere.
Okay, so you've accommodated people based on individual preference and proven productivity, but that's just the start. Now you've got to guard against prove-it burnout.
This phenomenon of working more hours from home than you do in the office is a real thing because people feel like they have to prove themselves, so they're working harder, and then in turn they're kind of running themselves into the ground.
So be proactive and offer guidance.
Organizations have to really understand what's going on with each employee, making sure that they're taking breaks during the day, then getting up and walking around or going outside during a lunch break is important.
Finally, the pandemic has been a global, hopefully once-in-a-generation event, so recognize how your people have grown. For instance, you might see gains in self-awareness.
When you're sitting at a conference table for all these years, you weren't looking at yourself in the camera.
But all the video conferencing we've been doing lets us see what we look like while we're talking to our peers.
And so as you kind of get that impression of what others are seeing and you see yourself, do you find yourself smiling a little more? Do you find yourself changing your body language? And it's really a key piece of what you're presenting as your own perception.
People may come back to the office having experienced huge professional growth spurts. Be prepared to let them grow beyond their pre-pandemic role.
Where we were and where we're going are definitely not the same things. What can we do to take it to that next level?
Getting ready for the office reboard is at the top of the list.